Thank you for your interest in the DIA e-learning program.
This program is designed to provide a practical, realistic context to help qualified physicians, pharmacists, physician assistants, nurse practitioners, research scientists, and clinical research professionals learn the framework needed to conduct safe, effective, and compliant clinical trials. Through use of a case study, the program will cover the roles and responsibilities of the clinical investigator and others in the study process, regulations and guidelines that govern clinical investigation, practices that ensure effective, efficient, and ethical study conduct. After completing this activity, you should be better able to differentiate the roles and responsibilities of the clinical investigator, the study staff, and the sponsor. Identify the clinical phases of drug development and what is done at each phase. Discuss the regulations and good clinical practice guidelines on conducting a clinical trial. Explain the foundations of ethical conduct in clinical research, including its impact on clinical research. Explain the history behind human subject protection. Explain different study designs and discuss the merits of each. And explain how to determine a study budget. In this module, you'll follow a fictitious clinical investigator and her team as they conduct a clinical trial on a fictitious medication called Reductin. Meet Dr. Susan Miller. Dr. Miller has made a name for herself treating hypertension and angina patients and is busy on a daily basis. Dr. Miller was recently contacted by a colleague from Be Well Pharma who asked if she would be interested in conducting a Phase 3 clinical study for Reductin, a drug that Be Well is developing to treat hypertension. Upon initial review, Dr. Miller feels that some of her patients could benefit from this study. She has participated in clinical studies before and is interested in being an investigative site for Reductin. She'll look into the study further to determine if she wants to participate. In this program, you'll follow the activities of Dr. Miller and her staff as they conduct a clinical trial for a fictitious drug. You'll be required to make decisions about how Dr. Miller and others should proceed through the trial. Each scenario is designed to challenge and enhance your knowledge of the regulations, guidelines, and practices for conducting clinical trials. In this module, Study Preparation, Dr. Miller and her staff need to do several tasks before they can begin the clinical trial. The team will evaluate the protocol and investigator brochure, assess the feasibility of conducting a study for Be Well Pharma, evaluate their patient population, discuss the design of the study and the merits of different study designs, discuss key drug development legislation, and discuss the ethics of clinical trials.
Thank you for your interest in the DIA e-learning program.